Okay.
Okay, so thank you guys for being here. I am recording. I like to catch people when they're on fire. And Stephany Haxel is on fire. Okay. Here's the deal. Stephany Haxel is my leader. She is a division leader with Park Lane. She signed me up, and if you really want a tearjerker, she's changed my life in so many ways. She's helped me believe in myself and awaken a part of myself that was asleep for a really long time. And be braver, be bolder, be more me than I've ever been in my life. And I don't attribute all of that to Stephany. I think I was getting that way in my life anyway. But what I will tell you is a little bit of Stephany Haxel in your life can awaken so much inside of you that you may be scared of, that you may be holding down, that you may be holding back. And 2026, our year, our word is going to be magic. But the magic comes from consistency. It comes from being your true self, from being authentic, from authentically making Park Lane part of your life. Um, I do not believe, what I believe is that we would be the strongest team ever if every single one of us, including me, did 500 sales a week with one recruit a month. Do you know how strong a team we would be? If you think you could do 500 a week, put 500 in the comments. Now, Stephany may be, or in the chat, Stephany may be, her numbers are going to be bigger, guys. She's going to be talking about much bigger numbers than that. And if you have big goals, you may have to commit to a little bit more. But what I do want to say before we ever get started is a trip with Park Lane is different than any trip you've ever been on. My husband's a president of a bank and he's a little frugal. So we stay in Homewood Suites or Marriott Courtyards or even below that. We never stay in the ritzy places. Park Lane puts us right in the middle of the action in a ritzy place, and we are spoiled beyond spoiled. And it's not just that. It's not just that. It's being with our sisters and brothers in Park Lane. It's seeing the family atmosphere. Like right now, you guys are just believing me about that, but it is so much more. And I'm not lying when I say it's a true family, and our families are welcomed with open arms. I know Stephany's taken her kids to Hawaii with Park Lane. She has all kinds of stories, but I'm going to let her speak for herself, but I wanted to catch her while she was on fire. And she's going to tell you kind of some of her path. And what I want you guys to get is the belief. You really can have everything you want with Park Lane. You can dream blue sky big, and you can do it while still serving your families, living a flexible life, taking care of yourself, all the things. Okay, so that's what today's all about is just one, being brave, believing, and then hearing how someone else did this. Okay, 12,502 recruits in 5 closings in December. Okay, so Stephany, it's all yours. And by the way, I have to say, we have some outsiders in here. I see Wendy Heron. I see Nicole. Wendy's one of my besties in Park Lane. We are sisters in Park Lane. I told her to invite her team. And then I see Amber on here. Amber is on fire in green down here, which Shallon is going to love because Shallon's favorite color is green. But Amber also did this in a speedy amount of time, going live like by the hour. So she may speak for us too. Okay, so I just kind of want to hear what they did and how they did it. All right, I'm gonna shut up.
Okay. Will you just make sure everybody's muted too, real fast? Okay. One, Amber, I saw you hopped on, so I was so happy, and I started doing a little search real fast, and I don't know if you guys can see this, But that's Amber right there. And that is us in Hawaii, in Park Lane. And those are flipping whales jumping out of the ocean. That is what Park Lane does. They take us on trips. We went to this salt factory, and it's like they were like, okay, cue the whales when everybody walks out to the beach, make the whales pop up, and they popped up. That's Park Lane magic, you guys. And that's the word for you guys for the year is magic. So that's absolutely fabulous. Okay, so let's talk about it. Um, I do want to show you one other thing though before we get started, because I want you to have belief. That's one of the things. You have to make a decision first, and we're going to talk about that, and then you have to have belief, and then you have to have action. Okay, but I'm going to show you my numbers because I'm on my computer, and hopefully we can do this. Let's see. November. Can you guys see what my total sales were for November? $645. You know what? If that's good for you, that's great. That's not where I want to be, but I'm telling you that because in December, it was, oh, now it's getting all messed up. Anyways, it was almost $12,000. So you can go from 645 to almost $12,000 like that. And it takes a decision. And I mean, Amber can jump in here in a little bit if she wants to, but we were talking about it together this morning on the phone. You have to decide that you want to do something. And it's between these two ears right here. So you decide that something is going to happen. You put your blinders on. You are laser focused, tunnel vision on the end goal, and you don't stop. Okay, that's the first thing. You have to decide. You have to want it. I don't know how to teach that. I don't know how to make you want it, but there has to be something inside of you that says that you want it. Okay. I love to travel. Travel is kind of my love language. Same kind of way with Megan and her husband. Like they don't go to the ritzy places. Well, unless Park Lane is planning this, my family and I don't go on a trip typically. We go to wrestling tournaments, volleyball tournaments, and then my husband loves to play craps, so we go to Vegas. I mean, we could say you want to go tomorrow, and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, I can find a deal," but we can't find a deal to Ireland. Oh well. So I do have the deal. I had a deal to go to Ireland, and we went, and we had an amazing time. So I squirreled just a little bit, but we make the decision, okay? And then you have to believe. Even if you don't believe now, borrow your belief. Tell your brain that you can do it, that you're going to do it, because your brain is going to hear it. And there's like science behind that. I don't know the science behind it. Go Google it or talk to Chat GPT about it.
Interject here.
Yes.
As there was a moment that Stephany told me she's gonna get there 6,800 to go. And I was like, Stephany, and she goes, and I mean, I'm telling you, I mean, it was like 6,800 in 4 days, and she had just had surgery. I'm just gonna tell you, she just had private girl surgery. I mean, she was in pain. She was like in her bed. It was terrible.
There were a lot of obstacles. I've got two busy kids that are doing activities. My 50th birthday was the month of December. I went on a trip to Mexico right before that. I had surgery on December 24th. So, like, when you're like, well, I have this, I have that, those are excuses. Those are excuses. Now, there are exceptions. I don't want to be like not compassionate, but you've got to make a decision and decide. You've got to believe. And then the next thing that comes after that, you've got to take action. You can have all the belief in the world and you can decide, but actually, I don't think that's true. I was going to say you can decide and not have action. But if you decide the decision that I'm talking about, like the true belief and the decision that you're making, activity just comes with it. So there were times where I would sit there and I was frozen. It happens to me all the time, guys. That's why November was $645. That's why.
Call me. Call
Oh, yeah.
somebody and say I'm frozen.
Yeah. But until you do something, I knew if I did not go live on my personal page and my VIP page. And guys, we got to get over going live on our personal page. Who cares? If you can go live on one place, you can go live everywhere else. Like, who cares? Like, do it. It's not a big deal. Get that out of your mind. I don't know where that came. Oh, look, I see Miss Wendy right there, all pretty. So you got to do everything in your power. You've got to reach out. You've got to network. I love networking. I think it's so powerful because you don't know who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. I'm going to tell you one of my best customers in the month of December was from two ladies, LaDonna and Mary. And let me tell you how I know LaDonna and Mary. One of my previous stylists, Jennifer Lott, she actually brought on LaDonna as a stylist like 4 or 5 years ago. Okay. LaDonna has remained a customer of mine. So she kind of, well, actually, she hasn't remained. This past year, Jennifer did a messenger party for me. So LaDonna and I kind of connected and she started ordering again. Okay. So LaDonna had a party the beginning of December. In LaDonna's party, Mary was in there. And probably between the two of these ladies, they spent maybe 1,500, I mean, maybe $2,000 between the two of them in jewelry. So that I would not have known LaDonna without Jennifer's party. I mean, I would have, but like she wouldn't have been active and doing all the things. And then I wouldn't have known Mary at all. So it's all these little seeds that plant other seeds and plant other seeds. So just do the activity. And there's no magic activity, okay? The magic activity is you. The magic activity is you deciding that you're going to do it. The magic activity is you saying, I don't care. I'm going to go talk to 10 people today. The magic activity is you saying, I'm tired. I mean, I have not washed my hair in 2 days, you guys, but I went live this morning because who cares? Just do the activity. I had eye masks on several mornings. It doesn't matter. Do the activity. Be willing to decide that you're just going to do it. Yes, you are the magic, Arvella. So I don't know. I think that's really it, Megan. There's the magic sauce is you. The secret sauce is you. No matter if you're Stephany Haxel, you're
Interject.
Rob, or
I
what?
was going to interject. One person, one party, one day away from a totally different business. Guys, Shallon Stokes turned my business upside down this year. And it's not all about her, it's about all of us. But I'm just saying, every single one of us has a Shallon Stokes in our life. It's just one person. I mean, but it's always been somebody. Paula and I were jewelry besties, or jewelry besties. My sister and my best friend, jewelry besties. And it was just us working together. But it's just that one person, one day, one party away. You never know, how your business is going to change. So the only time we die is when we quit doing activity.
Can
So
I say one more thing before we see if Amber Glaze wants to say anything? Um, the I do want to light a fire underneath you guys. So if you want to travel or you want to change your business, put a 5 in the comments. And if you don't, that's fine. If you just want to be consistent, that's fine. But I want to speak directly to the people that like to travel and that want to change your business. Because if you want to do the trips or you want to change your business, it's really the same thing. Okay. Park Lane does trips like no other. I have gone to Paris. I have done and seen things that I wouldn't normally do in life. Megan and I went to Ireland together, and we have some stories. Like we were in a field in Ireland with our shoes off to do some grounding, and there was probably a group of 8 of us, and all of a sudden these people behind us come walking up with their shoes off because they thought at this certain point you had to have your shoes off. So like we giggle about this all the time, and that is a core memory we will never forget, and we talk about it to this day. Like I was over at her house yesterday or day before, and I was like, so Andy, where how are we going to get people in Amsterdam to get their
We're gonna
shoes off?
ground ourselves, and
Yeah,
when is Stephany gonna flow her fart app? So
that's true. Yeah,
she
that's
says
another
that's a
story.
universal language. So she loves to blow a fart off her app when old people are walking.
It's funny. It's funny and immature. Um, that was Northern Ireland, so we did that there. The other thing is, it's just it's an experience that you'll never forget. I look forward to seeing people that I might not get to see. So yesterday I was talking to some other Park Lane stylists, and I'm like, okay, so I'm going to Cancun as well next month with Park Lane. And are you, Wendy? Are you going? Oh, you will get to see me in my thong, girl. I cannot wait. Um, so that's the thing. Like, I've never met Wendy. I've never touched Wendy. I've never held her. And I'm going to get to give her the biggest hug in Cancun.
But she
Um,
may be coming next week to my house. She may be coming for.
oh, hallelujah. So it's those friendships and bonds that you look forward to as well. Like, that's almost as good as getting to go to another country. So I'm done. I'm wrapping it up. If anybody wants to ask a question, that's fine.
I just
But
wanted
you
to
go.
say, here are the things she said yesterday. You decide, you put on your blinders, and you have tunnel vision. Okay. I always tell my family I'm in hunting season. Mommy's in hunting season. Whatever works for your family, it's like I will get back to you guys once I get this goal. Okay. Sometimes that gets a little out of control, but sometimes, that's what we got to do. And Stephany did it for like 4 days, so they were okay. And then you execute. So hers was first decide. Second, do it in bite-sized pieces. When 4 days before, she was like, I'm at 6,800 or whatever. And I was like, oh my God. I mean, oh my gosh, Steph. I mean, you've just had surgery, 6,800 in sales, we're just gonna do it in bite-sized pieces. 6,800 in sales is, what did you say? 34 people making $200 orders. Was that what
Yeah,
you said?
actually, I'm glad you brought that up, Megan, because we do have these big goals, and that is a big part of it, is breaking down the goals. So that's the first thing I did. The reason why this sheet is made is because I told Sarah Catherine, all right, we can do this. We just need 63 $200 orders. Now, is everybody gonna make a $200 order? No. But when I advertised I just needed this, guess what? On my birthday, two people made almost $300 orders. So actually more than that, because Megan was working them and Megan and Paula were working some friends at my birthday party, and then sweet Ricky made his $200 order. So
Need to sign up at her birthday party. And I said, everyone at this table, I don't want you to leave. Your best gift for her is doing an order for this trip.
anyways, breaking it down into little bite-sized pieces, that is key. That's another piece of the puzzle. Okay, keep going, Megan.
That was her number two. And then learning to pivot. You have to learn to pivot with Park Lane sales, because somewhere in there they threw in the BOGO, and then
Yeah.
that threw her off again. So we had to kind of talk. She was like, Megan, what am I going to do? Am I still going to say buy two, get four carts? What am I going to do? And I was like, no, we're just going to do three carts of 100. Like, do the BOGO, but offer them three, tell them they need to do three. So we made pivots as we went and talked along the way. And by the way, I just want you to know, you have a sister here to do that with you. I think part of the reason we do well is we pump each other up, and we talk often about, what are you doing to get pumped up?
Well, that's
Wendy's one of
what Amber
my
and I were
people.
doing. Amber and I
What?
did. That's what Amber and I did.
Yeah. And Wendy is one of my people that I'm like, oh, that was kind of weird. And then she'll tell me a creative way to make it fun. And then all of a sudden, I thought it was weird, but now it's fun. Just things like that you have to do. Okay. And then, so that was number two. Her number three was execute, which clearly she did. And then let's see. I don't know. I have this on my notes from yesterday. Good party equals great hostess in direct sales. I don't know what that is.
We
Core
were.
club is essential.
Oh, yes.
And then the last one, and so
Oh, we had to have a good
hasn't
foundation.
passed.
Good foundation.
Well, tell us your past. You've done Mary Kay, you've done Arbonne.
31, Rodan and Fields, Juice Plus, Zaya.
How does Park Lane work?
It's simple. It's simple. Uh-huh. I mean, it is. People say this all the time. It's like, do you? One, I am going to tell you, you need 3 embraceable bracelets because you just do. It's essential. But it is simple. Yes, Nicole. And it's simple and it's fun. Like, I still am an Arbonne consultant, so I don't want to knock that. But like, I got to convince you that my protein is better than Bravenly's protein or blah, blah, blah's protein. For this, it's like, do you like it or not? Let's get you a cart. And there's value in Park Lane too. They are very good with how they set up their sales and
Sensation. We get paid well.
so
Okay.
okay.
Um, and then the last thing I wanted you to talk about was urgency and the importance of urgency. And then I'll get to you, Paula. I see you.
Well, I mean, there were 5 commission weeks to get this done. So um so I was a little slow at first. There were some things going on in life, but I knew that when those things were done, I needed to step in and run like a little hamster on the wheel, like, but I actually got somewhere on the wheel.
Do you
So,
get women to close carts that hold carts forever?
well, you got to get back to them. I mean, it's about follow up. The sandwich method is key, you guys. It is a great system when you're doing your booking, when you're doing no matter what. Like there were women that I'd send a cart to and it would sit. So I would just send a quick text. Did I lose you? Question mark. And they knew my personality. And even some didn't, but it was like, look, you know, we're getting ready to close this show. If you'd like to snag this, we need to get it done now. And if not, no pressure. But you can't be afraid to talk to people. I mean, it's their loss if they don't get it. It's their loss if they didn't get the free shipping yesterday. It's their loss if they don't get that free $100 item. Oh, speaking of, Megan, the lady that I was just talking about just sent me the thumbs up on the Facebook message. So there was a lady, you guys, on December 30th that I sent a cart to. And she's like, okay, I'll get it in the morning. And I'm like, shoot, lady, I've got to get this done now. She didn't do it the next morning. It is 7 o'clock on New Year's Eve. And I'm like, I need one more order to flip this party. And she didn't do it. And so I sent her the message. I'm going to have to close this show. Things are getting busy and I'm leaving for New Year's Eve. She never did it. But you know what I did? The next day, I reached out to her and I said, good news, the BOGO and free shipping is still here. Actually, I don't think I said free shipping. Thank God, because it's not there anymore, I don't think. But I said the BOGO is still here. Here's your new cart. And so we'll see what happens. She just sent me a thumbs up from that message that I sent yesterday morning.
Appreciate it still. I want in this business, or if I'm buying Arbonne or Bravenly or what, I want my girl in my corner. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that's when I build the relationship, right? I want my girl in my corner. She's going to make me look good at the party. She's going to help me learn how to style that new piece. She's going to make me, like everything. I'm just going to look to her to tell me, what I need to do. And so that's what we do. I mean, that's when they building confidence and bringing joy comes in.
But you
Okay.
can't be afraid. I know, Paul, you can't be afraid to follow up because you don't know how many times, like, I missed out on some discount for another friend that sells something because she didn't follow up with me before the end of the year. Um, so do you have to
Amber,
leave,
are you
Amber?
leaving? I want Amber to say what she needs to say. Amber.
Sorry, guys. I thank you for letting me pop in. Like, really, thank you so much. I am so, so proud of you, Steph. Like, so proud of you. It was so much fun to kind of have you as a running buddy. And we've done this before, but not like this intensely one-on-one. I'm just quickly about me, for those of you that don't know me at all, I was with Park Lane from 2021 to 2023. I had some major life events happened and lost all belief in myself, honestly, and ended up going with another company that did not require me to be in front of people because I just really shut down in that time in my life. But I've overcome some crazy things in 2025 and found my way back to Park Lane the last day of October. And I'm so happy that I did, because Park Lane really is an incredible opportunity. Like, I definitely did not realize it my first go round with the company. It took me, like, I had to be a little bit of like the prodigal kid, that like runs off and comes back. I had lessons to learn, but I just want to touch on that the foundation of all of this is exactly what Stephany started with, which is belief. And I do want to dive a little bit into the science of that, because I think everything else hinges on that singular thing, which is belief. And having been in a place where I did not believe in myself at all, and looking at this month and going, I failed a lot. I took a lot of L's in 2025 personally, and in business specifically. I had a brick and mortar that drained the life out of me, and I had to shut it down the end of October. And literally the next day I joined Park Lane. I could not wait. It was like, I want something fun again. I want something simple. I want something that I can have my time freedom back. And I've loved it. I love being here. But that belief thing is crucial. If we don't have the belief thing, nothing else really happens. And you can't just say you believe in yourself. The belief itself is actually a set in stone decision. Now, you have to keep deciding over and over again. But once you make that initial decision, and Steph and I both were just like, we're doing this. I was like, I had a crap year. You know what I mean? Like, I need a win at the end of this year. My family needs to see me win at the end of this year. I have drained my savings. There were a lot of pluses for me for earning this trip. It was not just the trip. It was rewarding myself for surviving the year. It was helping dig myself out of debt a lot in 1 month, because we got paid for doing this too. I used Hostess rewards, and I got to shop for like $1,400 in jewelry before my RRCs. I mean, guys, it's so much fun doing this, but it all started because we looked at each other and said, we have no clue how we're going to do this at all. And it is terrifying, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it, period. We're going to do it. The science behind it, once you make that decision, you have got to tell your brain over and over and over that you made that decision and that it's going to come to pass. Because we both went into that last week. Ironically enough, we were head to head the whole time. I mean, we literally were within 500 of each other all month long. So to go into that final week, and both of us were tired from the holidays, and she had just had surgery. I had family in town. Like, it was so much going on. And we just looked at each other and said, but we said we're going to do this. And we don't know how we're going to do it, but we said we're going to do this. Y'all, I woke up every single morning and listened to, I don't know how like conservative this group is, but I personally, this is my process. I woke up every single morning and listened to a song by Jason Mraz called You Effing Did It. And because I know that the science of the brain is your brain believes what you tell it. So fun fact, if you go in and write yourself a letter and say, I am so excited that I just got fully packed for Amsterdam, you write in a journal as though your future self is writing it. Your brain is going to believe that. Your brain automatically goes, oh my gosh, I'm going to do this because I'm going to wake up in Amsterdam. So I started telling myself stories on repeat over and over and over. I cannot wait to see my partner hit the ground in Amsterdam for the first time and see his face light up, because we are in a new country together for the first time. And I did this for us. I cannot wait for my son, who's 8 years old almost, to see me win. I cannot wait for him to celebrate with me when we hit this goal. He's going to be so excited to see mom hit this goal. And every morning I woke up and I played We Effing Did It. And I looked myself in the mirror as I was getting ready, and I literally told myself over and over, we did it. We really did it. Yeah. We effing did it. We really did it. I mean, over and over and over. I celebrated that win on repeat before the win happened. When you do that, your brain has no choice. You have no choice but to take action. I'm not going to let myself down like that. But I didn't always believe in me. You know what I did believe in? I believed in the 2-4 sale. I believed in all my friends that had already accomplished it. I believed in watching my mentor, Sarah Catherine, who overcame all the things this year, go all in on this and do it. So it doesn't always have to be believing in you. Okay. I know a lot of us really struggle with believing in us. You don't have to believe in you. You can believe in the company. You can believe in watching everybody else accomplish it and knowing that
Your
if they can do it.
team, believe in your
Yes,
team, believe
exactly.
in,
Yes,
I mean, Treasure Tribe. I
yes.
look at the fact that Tish came over with 9 people with nothing and it became the Treasure Tribe. In what, 8 or 9 years? That's mind blowing.
It is mind blowing. 8 or 9 years, you guys. How much different could our lives be in 10 years? But it starts with making, and now guess what? Stephany believes in herself more. We talked about this just this morning. I believe in myself more. I told her this morning, man, I really set a lot of really small goals for myself back in the day. I had no clue I could do $7,500 in a week the last week of January. Like, that is mind blowing to me. And I'm no different than any of you guys. Stephany is no different than any of you guys. We don't have outstanding social media followings or networks or anything like that. You know what I mean? We just made a decision and decided that we were going to be willing to do whatever it took to accomplish it.
In your execution, I just want to hear a little bit about it. I know you went live more than Stephany. I heard you were going live like every hour with an update.
I was going live. It was not mapped out like that. It was not quite that structured. But I was going live a lot. I like going live. I think it's fun. I think it builds excitement. I think it builds connection. And I'll be honest, I also monetize my social media. My monetization on social media went up this week. You know what I mean? Because I had so much time and presence on social media. But I like going live. I like for people to build that connection with you. Yeah, Steph, I did a 24-hour live um, back in the day with Park Lane. And it was to stay in Eric Worre's class. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Eric Worre, but I had signed on to his class. So naive. But I'm so glad I did, because I just took all the crazy action back then and really proved myself a lot of ways that I could do what I set my mind to. But this trip, though, doing this our way, because this time I didn't go 24 hours live. I didn't pull a stunt. You know what I mean? I literally just built a ton of momentum. Like, yes, I went live a lot, but I would stay live for 20 minutes sometimes. I would stay live and early on, I went live for like 45 minutes because I wanted to build the momentum, and Facebook rewards you in the algorithm, right? So I knew I had to be in people's feeds. And then I knew that if I was popping back and forth between my personal and my VIP group, then I was popping up in people's feeds more. So instead of just choosing one, I was going back and forth. And I was updating in that group and saying, hey, you guys are like my special peeps. Like, this is where I'm at. I'm going to give you the updates first. I'm going to let you know about the drawings first. And then I would go live in my personal and reiterate and just build more excitement. But I did that starting on Sunday. On Sunday, I still needed over $6,000 on Sunday, guys. Okay. And Sunday morning, I went live at 10:30 in the morning and I started pushing it. That day, I worked until about 10 o'clock at night. And I did go live a lot that day, but it was easy because people were shopping and I was giving updates, and that's fun. And the momentum was building and building and building. Monday was crickets. Monday, I went live, nobody's on. And then I thought, oh no, everybody's at work and I've messed up. And I should have done this on Saturday and Sunday. I shouldn't have taken Saturday to spend with my family, all the stories, right? And then I was like, no, because we're doing this. So it doesn't matter how. We've already decided we're doing this. And I went and listened to my song and I got hype and I talked to Steph and I did all the things, right? And then I just took the next step, which was going live again, knowing nobody was going to watch me. And I did it anyway, and I thought that's okay. When they get off work, their whole feed is going to be me, like it's just going to be me. And between 5 p and 10 or 11 p, even maybe that night, y'all, we did over $3,000 that night because I worked the 2-4 sale like my life depended on it, and I told everybody we needed however many I needed, 33 2-4 full cart orders or whatever to get me there, thinking that would average about 200. And uh Monday morning I was at 11 of that goal, so I still had way over half to go, and by the next morning I needed 3 more orders. And we'd built so much momentum that I didn't even have to go ask for it. Before I could even get myself ready and go live that morning on Tuesday, I had those 3 orders and I got to go live and just announce that we had done it. So, but it all started with belief and then it staying checked in, guys. I mean, you have to have someone that you can run with. It matters. And you guys have a lot of those people. We all do. I had Sarah Catherine in my ear. Christy Goodman was like, or Trujillo was like, what is happening right now over there? What are you doing? And then I had Stephany. I mean, Stephany and I were neck and neck. We're like, girl, we don't know how we're going to do this. Like, this is insane, but we're going to do it. And then we just did it. There's no secret sauce. It's just you have to train your brain to believe in what's good happening and not in what could be bad happening. You really are the magic. It is you. There is nothing else but you. You are the magic. And our brains are all very capable of being retrained. All of us. So 2026, here we come.
Oh my God, so excited.
I am too.
Can't wait to see what 2026 holds.
I know
Okay,
it holds
Paula.
Amsterdam for Stephany.
I know.
And that's exciting. We haven't hugged neck since Hawaii. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. And we met through Park Lane and discovered at the time we lived just an hour and a half or 2 hours away from each other because I was in Tulsa then. So
I don't know
yeah.
if you guys know much. Sarah Catherine is her cousin and her leader. And Sarah Catherine is the one that lived through a terrible brain aneurysm that was behind her eye. So she was just having some vision problems. And then her eye doctor saved her life pretty much. I mean, they
Yeah.
had to get her in really quick, and it was quite a brain surgery. I mean, guys, to get all the way to an aneurysm right behind your eye. And so it's taken Sarah Catherine. I knew her the way she is now. And then I saw the whole process, and um, I saw a lot of magic in the team. I saw so much,
Mm-hmm.
that was so magical. And what's lovely about Park Lane is we come back in our title. Like Amber got to leave and come back with her title. Am I right? We never lose our title. I mean,
Listen,
and so
that's
we can,
next level.
yeah.
That is next level. I mean, yeah, I can't even explain that because I made a very quick run to division leader. I think I was division, oh gosh, in like less than 8 months or something when I came in the first go round. Um, and then, yeah, life happens, you know what I mean? But for me to be able to say, I want to come back, am I welcome back? You know what I mean? And for them to be like, girl, yes, you're welcome. Come on, And then they're like, oh, by the way, just quick call with Kathy Cassidy, but obviously you're coming back as a division. And that's life changing for me. But y'all, we can make real money here. I came back here I mean, I want fun and I want simple and I want time freedom, but y'all, I drained my savings this year. So that brick and mortar drained me. I came back here because I need Park Lane. And this was for me after being with several companies myself, like this was for me the way to go. This is where I can make money the quickest. I can literally pay something off that I need to pay off next Tuesday if I need to. You know what I mean? Like, that's amazing. I can't go even get a 9 to 5 somewhere and be paid next week. Like, that doesn't happen. So, Park Lane is really a gift. And there are a lot of people, especially now, who need this like we do. And if you are able to believe in yourself, people will believe in you too. And we won't have to beg for people to come join our teams because they'll see us and go, wow, what does she have? And I want that. And that's really what it's about. Steffi has a lot of people now. She's got a lot of eyes on her now. because she was in faces a lot and she was exciting and she was real. I mean, you get very, very real with Stephany, like she carries a fart machine, guys. Come on. Oh, I just love her so much. I just
Well,
love
how
her
could
so.
you? I mean, I love her too. I just feel blessed that she chooses me as her bestie. So
Yeah, she's
you always
incredible.
have me in tears, but I'm just gonna say that I didn't believe. Uh, when I started this business, I had never done network marketing and I didn't believe in it. And it was actually really hard for me at first. Like some of the meeting I would get with people, and so that sometimes I'm like, we're fighting a monster bigger than us. When we get those no's, when we get those kickbacks. And I am seriously like, I'm above all of it and you're missing out. And that is the take I take. Like you're missing out on something really great. And I believe now. Guys, my goal is still to get bigger and bigger and become the main breadwinner of this home and let my husband take a reprieve because I'm ready to work. I love to work. And so I now know I'm a six-figure earner with Park Lane. I make damn good money. And I won't stop until all of you are six-figure earners as well. Like it is not about me. It's about what we can give to others. And I believe it now. I believe it wholeheartedly. I've seen it way too many times. And that's why I say it's not about killing it. The magic comes in being present and being consistent. And so I'm so glad we called this meeting. I'm so glad that we got to hear from these two powerhouses. But what I want to say at the end to close this off is Brandy Bauman is a company VP with Park Lane Jewelry. Is she higher than that? Did she get to executive company VP? She may have, but she's either a company VP or an executive company VP. And she's ADHD like all get out. Okay. And she's got the highest voice and she lives in Philadelphia and she's the cutest little thing. Okay. She's not in the tribe. She came over from Premier when Premier closed. And I've never seen sales like Brandy Bauman, recruiting like Brandy Bauman. But really, the biggest thing I see in Brandy Bauman is not only does she get every single trip, but she brings the most people on every single trip. I mean, like 20-ish women. I mean, she's just, and they have their own table and she's giving them gifts. And I'm like, I'm just so jealous because I want my people there with me. And so how do you get your people there with you? And so guess what? She's doing a training just for us on Thursday. We have to work with her schedule. I mean, she was like, I am booked this day, I'm booked this day, I'm booked this day. So Thursday and I'm doing all this before the trip is announced because the decision happens now. Mm-hmm. The booking happens now. We have to like Stephany, if she gave the push to get $6,800 in 3 days during triple points, she'd be done. I mean, she could rest to a certain extent, which is why I tell my family for that 5 weeks, 10 weeks, whatever it is, I'm in hunting season. But if I can get the trip by the time triple points to double points are over, then I can relax and be be in a normal schedule again, right? And you can do it. I do it every single time, and I'm not different than anyone else, nor is Stephany, nor is Amber. We just made a decision. I'm not scared of it at all anymore. And I just say I'm going to do it. And yes, do you know how good it feels when I don't know. I've always felt like the black sheep of my own little foursome here because my children are very gifted and my husband is very gifted and my daughter's going to be an engineer and I'm just who I am. And it feels really good to say, Mama's the girl boss taking us on a trip, you know. So it just feels really good. And I've taken my son now, and I'm taking my daughter to Cancun. And I love that my husband tells my daughter, you need to see your mom in that atmosphere, because she only sees me as her mom. She doesn't know that I'm a girl boss and I can do this, you know. And so she just sees it. She just sees it like, I'm just her mama, right? And there's something about that, the edifying of that or whatever. My daughter seeing me, in that light. So you guys are so sweet. Thank you so much. You don't have to say that. I'm just saying, believe. Make the magic happen in 2026 and believe that you can be consistent. Believe in yourself. You do not have to go for a trip if that is not what you want to do. You could go for the trip just for the accolades and take extra money back. Park Lane will give you bonus money. I didn't know if I wanted to go for a third Park Lane trip because I thought, well, we already have two, and do I need to get a third for Amsterdam? And I decided last minute to do it. Because I'm like, we could have that money to use in Amsterdam, right? Or whatever. I mean, I think my children would fight over who goes. I don't know how that would work, but anyway. So mark Thursday on your calendar, Brandy Bauman, and she will be sharing more. And by the way, Tish does this too, but it'll be after the trip announcement. So we'll get the trip announcement on Thursday around 5-ish or something of Sparkle Week. So let's go look at that. I'm just, since I have my team here and it's being recorded, I'm just going to say this. So Monday night is Area Leader and Above with Scott Levine. Okay. Tuesday night, everyone's coming to my house. And guys, if you live in Texas, I hope I fired Paula up enough that she wants, and I mean, Christy's coming here, Wendy's coming here, if I can get Wendy here. Wendy's coming here. I mean, seriously, if I can get you fired up enough, you and Tammy stay in my upstairs bedroom. I have a room for you, you know. So, new collection reveal is Tuesday night at 7:30. Like, if you work, you could take Wednesday off and spend the night Tuesday, right? You could spend the night Tuesday, take Wednesday off, drive from your job Tuesday. I don't know. You'd have to leave early on Tuesday. But anyway, there you go. I've got girls in Oklahoma that could do this. But new collection reveals at 7:30. We can also invite our customers, but my party here, I don't think I want customers. I think it's just us. Okay, this is time for us to be together. I also don't have children here. This is just, I mean, Stephany and I were talking about the other day. It's a business thing. I mean, it's not like we drink and get wild, but there is alcohol, there is Coke, there's all the things. But anyway, no children. I've had someone want to bring children before, and I'm like, it's just not a children thing, you know. So that's Tuesday night, 7:30. Then Wednesday night we have 4 to 6 p.m. And those are trainings like you've never had. I mean, they are so good. Best of the best at Park Lane, talking recruiting, sponsoring, selling, building community, whatever. Okay, the best of the best. So that'll be Wednesday, 4 to 6. And then Thursday is our longest night because 4 to 6, they'll do the trip reveal. And they'll talk about how to get on a trip and what the numbers are this time. They change every time. We never know what they are, and what the triple points and double points will be, and all those kinds of things. And then the awards are at 7:30. And no one ever comes here for the awards. And I really want to be together for the awards. Like, what if we won Best Sales VP Team and you weren't here? So if you live in town or close, I would love to have you here. Okay. And what I do all the time is we hear about the trip, and then the people that are here, we have a little Kappa squat while we eat sandwiches or something and talk really quick plan, you know, and then we do the awards. Okay. So that's Thursday. And then Friday we're free. So Tish probably will not go live until Monday the 19th, and she will break down here are one, like way one, way two, or way three to get there. You could be a top recruiter and get there, right? You could be a top seller and get there. So there's different, or you can be a little bit of both. But I'm telling you, with the recruiting, you get the other people to do the sales for you. So it's just like there is different pathways to get there, and Tish will discuss that. So be at that meeting at noon on Monday, what is that, the 19th? My guess is that's the case. It's Martin Luther King Day. I don't know if that'll change anything. Then what Brandy's going to discuss is the same kind of thing. How do you do it? So today's been all about motivating to do it. Thursday will be how do you do it? You know, and so I've never heard Brandy speak about it. And so it's new for me too. And I don't know exactly what it'll look like, but what I do know is she has a path of getting a lot of people there, right? So we're just going to learn from her on Thursday about how to do it. And she may be different than Tish or the same. I mean, who knows? But I don't think hearing about it is bad for us. So that's what we're going to do on Thursday. She does her coffee chat at the same time we do. So I guess it's 11 a.m. Central on Thursday. So we'll do our 11 a.m. Central, and then we'll have to jump on with her at noon Central because she picks up kids. I mean, she's going to be doing like all her coffee chat, kind of like Tish, and then all her, and then this for us. So she said she'd be very tired, and I better be very nice to her. So that's what we will do. We will send her nice presents. Okay. Hopefully this was helpful, you guys. Is there any questions, concerns, freakouts, fears? I mean, that's all natural. If you feel like jittery, scary in your belly, then we're in the right place, right? I mean, that's where we need to be. Jittery, scary, can I really do it? That's where we need to be. And the answer is yes. Yes, you can. Paula wants to say something. I want to hear from Paula.
Well, this was way back 30. This was way back 30 minutes ago, but I think it may also be a good close. I mean, sometimes we get fearful, and a lot of things I hear is, what is the quality of our jewelry, blah, all those things, and we know. But sometimes I think we have to remind ourselves. So over Christmas, I went shopping with my daughter-in-law, and we were in one of the, I don't know, I can't remember the name of the shop. It's one of the ones where all of the young hip kids go to buy their clothes, right?
For Apology or something.
Yeah. And so I was looking at their jewelry that they had there, and I was touching it and feeling it. And y'all, it is so cheap, so low quality, and the prices they charge for it, what we have to offer is so much more. I just want everybody to be proud of the product that we have, and that will help you drive sales. When you have the belief in yourself, have the belief in our product as well, because it's top notch. I mean, our quality is amazing. And that's all I wanted to say.
We have lifetime guarantee too.
Yes. So
anything else? Wendy, you want to say anything?
So I was just going to write in the chat that remember, no matter what happens, no matter what race you choose to run, your cup is going to overflow more than just the trip. Right? So you keep that in mind. If the goal is the trip, what else is going to happen? It's the exponential building of your team, the paycheck of the heart, the opportunity to connect and network with other people, the paycheck that pays off whatever you need it to, or you want it to, or your fund money, the promotions. Like if you are building a team, you're going to promote, and those promotions are going to help other people promote. And so, when everything, you're going to earn free jewelry. Like, I just feel like there's so many beautiful things. And I so appreciate Stephany and Amber this morning. And Amber, it's a pleasure to hear your story and get to know you. And Stephany, I love you. And we have straight talk, which I appreciate and can't wait to hug your neck. And I just think that visualization of things, I can tell you, I've been in this industry 30 years. which is crazy. And every time I've ever set pen to paper and had it visual, and I wrote in the chat, trash your house, because, Megan calls it, her hunting season, and she knows what to do and she's duplicated that. But if you don't go in with the mindset, all those visual cues, how many people you need, the tracking, the money, and not in a notebook. Like a notebook's great, you can still do that, but like, please have it out. You open a cupboard in your bathroom. I mean, I have always had, I just trashed the place. So like I have it on the visor in my car. I have it on my steering wheel. I have it on a cupboard in the kitchen. I have it in the bathroom. Wherever you can put the visual, put it. And the words that you need to say to yourself to believe it, 10 times in the morning, 10 to 20 times in the morning, 10 to 20 times at night. I used to have a portable, in addition to all the other trash, my vision board for the year was always portable. So I'd move it to the bedroom when I have a big goal, and then I'd move it back to my office, or I'd move it wherever I was. So during the day, you can see it. So take it to that next level. So if you're working on those things in the quiet of the next few days, you don't have to be quiet, right? Like you can be working on that in the bits and pieces, to do that, and it will make a difference. And then I challenge you to come back to your leaders and your mentors here and say, oh my gosh, I trashed my house and it worked. And here's what I told my brain, right? And you can write it too, but like, visually seeing it is so powerful. And then your family gets invested. And when they get invested, like I had many people say, oh, my husband went live for me. My husband helped me. My partner helped me. My son and daughter helped me. Like, even if it's helping you behind the scenes, they are taking part in it. And their belief in you, of course, raises you as well. So yeah. Thank you, Megan.
And I love that you said this. I didn't even think about the fact there is no loss in going for it, because when you went for it, like you said, you got more recruits, you made more money. When you made more money, your husband starts noticing, there's actually money in the bank account. I mean, like it happens slowly, but when you're it's not even about the trip. It's about like going for it, and then the change that it creates in your business. Like that's how I feel about Park Lane. And I love that we get paid weekly because I can course correct weekly. Right. I get a free chance again on Thursday again. And I love it on Thursday too, because it's a weekday still. My kids and family are off doing their thing, and I can do my thing, and I have this course correct. And I don't know, it just like,
that's one of the reasons I'm back in the industry, because I had retired from the industry, you guys. And Park Lane makes it so simple that I don't have to stress out. There's not this month end pressure. And especially as a leader, there's not this, Stephany, you said it, I believe, working in the beginning, Megan, you said it too. Like we sometimes delay and procrastinate what we can get done in the very beginning, but Park Lane doesn't allow us to do that because we're always chasing a new carrot every week. There's always a new carrot. There's always a new drop. There's always something pretty, right? And we never know what they're going to do. And so it does allow you, and even in the two of you, Stephany and Amber, you both said you had to pivot. And that's the sign of a true leader. That's the sign of somebody who's like, okay, because we don't know what Park Lane's going to do ever. And so it keeps me excited. I know some people don't like change. I love it. But I also love knowing every Wednesday, no matter what, and I do this, and I encourage you to do this along with your other tracking, is I call it track and tell. And Nicole's here. She's on my team. And so every Wednesday, I know who's working because they are coming in saying, here's what I did this week. Here's what went well. Here's what I'm turning in. And there's an accountability. And I do that with Tish. Okay. Because it's important for me that I can reset, like Megan's talking about, course correct, to be able to have that, it's a hope giver, really. It's a hope giver. I'm never out of hope, and I never feel frustrated because I always have the chance to reset. And I didn't have that previously in the industry, and that's huge.
Guess what? You just gained yourself a meeting to talk about course correcting and tracking.
Love you.
Hey. Okay, so guys, let me tell you about Wendy a little bit. She came in as a senior division and she was like girl boss in Mary Kay, like way up. Tell us what your title was.
So I was I was in the top 1% of the company. I was and I gotta think of what I was called. An executive, I can't even remember, senior executive director, I think they call it, because now I've been away, but I went back and joined a startup company and went to the very top there in less than a year, and and stayed with that company 3 years. And then I retired after that. But Mary Kay was like a party plan. The second company was not. It taught me about social selling and having a presence. But that had a car program. We actually got the physical car, and I earned 9 cars with that company and trips, and I earned trips with my last company. And I think that, I am so grateful for both those experiences, because now I know that if I had found this, you guys, all those years ago, because I started in this industry when I was 24 years old, if I had started all those years ago in Park Lane, I can't even imagine. But that was I needed to go through those other things. We can't discount an experience. And so, but when you do have a different experience, like Stephany does, and like Amber has had, when you're in this industry and you do other things, it puts even more of a magnifying glass on how amazing things are here. And I just want you to know that, I've had, what you can do in Park Lane, and I do want to say this, when I think about, and I've asked Megan these because I'm direct, but I've asked Megan, like, how many people do you have on your team? How many, right? I was a servant to 4,000 women on my team. Like, that's a big team, right? It's not the biggest team ever in history. Like, look at Treasure Tribe. But when I think about, what we can do here, you can do so much with small numbers. So just know, if you're like, oh, I only have 2 people right now, or I only have 12 people, do you know how much you can do with that? Like, that's insanity to me. And the key is staying connected, like always staying connected, always at a fire leader, and always, 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 yes, have a goal this year. This is the time, to say, what are we going to do? How are we going to grow? How am I going to grow? Right. And it can happen, and do you want 50 personals? Do you want 50 people on your team? Like, there's a difference, right? So Megan challenged you all in the beginning, 1 new person a month. That's 12 in a year. Like, some companies, in Mary Kay alone, you had to have 3, 4, or 5 people to be on their gold medal, bronze medal, silver medal platform in a month.
And you could lose it. You could lose it, right?
Oh, you could lose your title. Yeah, you can lose your title. You could lose a car. You can lose, all the things. And there's no losing here. There's only moving forward or winning. So even if you're standing still, you don't lose. You can have life and come back, and or just work through it. I had a lot of life in 2025, and I'm just thrilled to be here. I'm thrilled to be here, and for as much free jewelry and all the great things. I celebrated my first anniversary here in May of 2025. So, like, the best is yet to come, for sure. So just remember that in the moments where you're like, oh, this didn't turn out, pivot, like Megan said, and I'll come back if you want to do a training. We're good, Megan.
Definitely. But for me, it's like, what I was going to say is, I get the free necklace. Like what I'm wearing here. Is this not gorgeous? OMG. Yes. Trudy on Fire is what I'm calling this one. Mm-hmm. Trudy on Fire. I love it. But, I go for the necklace. And then I turn around and I'm like, oh my God, I have a team of 5, or what, whatever it is. It's like, I went for this, and then I got something much more. That's all I've been doing, is consistently working for the little carrots that Park Lane offers. And then all of a sudden I turn around and all of you are here with me. Just like it's a dream. I don't know how it happens, but it happens. It's like magic, but it's because of consistency. And I am the consistency queen. I don't stop. I don't do 600 one month like Stephany and then 12,000. I just don't do that. I mean, I just don't, I don't even, I just, and my family would love for me to do 600 a month and be much more present with them. But you know, we're working on that this year.
So can I say something? Sorry, and I know you're over probably your time, but so
Hey,
Paul, I
I mean,
want to
if
say
they
this.
wanted to stop, you know, they could have stopped a while
Yeah,
ago.
I want to say this to you in particular. So, um, Paula, you said I have an entire division team that isn't active. So I want to be straight talk with you guys. When you're building, you are only as good as as the new and the few.
Yeah.
The new and the few. So if you are not adding to your team there are people falling off because that's real life. Okay. You're only as good as the new and the few. So who are the few? Well, you guys are here, so you're the few.
Mm-hmm.
It's like seriously, like you're choosing to show up on a holiday weekend in that weird time to pour yourself in. And anybody that's watching the replay, there's not a slight there. I'm not saying that because you're the few too if you're watching the replay, okay? But what happens is, right? If you recruit 5 people, one is going to work out of 5. That's not to scare you. Don't think, oh, just know the number, right? Know the dang number. One is going to do the do. 2 are going to sort of do it, and you need the ones that do and the ones that do a little.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 may come in like fire and they might fall off. So really like 20% is going to hang around. And if you just embrace that and don't think of it as an ugh, but I know what I'm doing because I know the numbers and the numbers don't lie and I understand the numbers and I track. And it's okay to have your team, they're 30 years, okay? You don't stay in, I was in Mary Kay 24 years. You don't stay and not have it do this. This is life. You know, your business is going to do the same thing life does. So if you can lock into that and understand that and embrace that, you are going to be successful. And it's never going to look the same every day. And I love that because I love change. So every day when I wake up, it's like starting over. It's a new day. Something bad happened yesterday, fine. If somebody decided they wanted to come in and they were like, I'm doing this business, and then suddenly they don't, it's okay. Love them anyway.
Yes, you made me think of this. This is not real consistency. This is real consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it just changes and you pivot and you change and you turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just know, and I don't want so from this point forward, you're not allowed to talk about what you don't have. You're not allowed to talk about what you don't have. You're only allowed to talk about your vision for 2026. Do not look back because nothing's happening back there. So you have to put on your blinders, like they said. You have to see what's coming. The road is in front of you, not behind you. And so who are you taking with you forward into 2026? Who is going to come to you now in 2026? You know, do you have that little board of all the stick figures? Like, you know, for how many people? And are you coloring them in or just checking them off? Like, it doesn't matter how you do it.
Never done this vision board thing. I'm doing it for the first time with Jennifer Bond. Is it this
Powerful.
week? Next week?
Next week. Yeah. The company's
Yeah.
doing it too, which is awesome.
Okay, good. I'm not a big picture. I don't do all that. I'm down to business. I got a phone call
So
to
here's
make and a
business.
sale
You're
to
gonna
do.
Megan, you're gonna have your people on your team who are gonna make these beautiful posters. And they're gonna go to Michael's and they're gonna buy the scrap paper and they're gonna cut out all the pictures nice and they're gonna make it beautiful. Great. That's not me. I'm the stick figure or the circle. I don't need the faces on the ladies. If I really want to, you can cut out a picture from Facebook and then put your lady on it. No, I am brass tacks. So that can be your vision board. It's whatever works for you. It's personality styles, but you have to do it. So when I trashed my house, my pictures were ugly, but but it worked anyway. But if you're the one that wants it pretty and you want to spend 12 hours doing it, fine. Do it before 9 or after 9 when you're probably not talking to people.
Yeah.
All right, ladies. Nicole, thank you for your time coming here. I'm so glad you came. She is a doll. And
Thank you so
Vicky,
much, by the way. Thank you for having us.
was it good for you guys? I mean, I get nervous because you get such good training too. So,
No, it was wonderful. Thank you.
and Paula, thank you for being here. Christy, thank you for being here. Angel and Amy and Vicky and Dusty and Arvella, each of you is seen and appreciated. And it makes me feel really good that you're here. Stephany Haxel, I love you. Thank you for your time. And I'm so, so proud. I mean, I cannot even tell you guys, it's not even about me getting there. It's watching you guys get there that really, I just watching her and just, she turned me around. I was like, Stephany, how are we going to do this? I went over there a few times and helped her get organized, or like Sheridan made her a big 100 poster too. That helps your customers to see like this big thing where you're scratching the 100 every time because they're like, oh, that could be my 100. I could do this. So Sheridan made her a big 100 poster too, but I'm just so proud. And let me tell you that you're loved, Stephany, because Paula Lobb canceled her hair appointment just because of this, which I feel so bad. It was like there will be a replay, or Stephany will give you your own private tutor.
I needed that hair appointment.
You needed this too, right?
I
So
needed this more. I needed this more.
I love you guys so much. Like, I'm just an everyday girl. And last year, this team, I am just an everyday girl from Norman, Oklahoma. And last year, this team did $1,129,941 in blingy sales. It's just like, what? Really? We had like what was that? And my husband was doing the math, a 60% increase from the year before. It's pretty good, guys. I'm pretty proud. And it all started with me making a decision and recruiting somebody who recruited somebody. I mean, it's pretty amazing. So I love you guys so much. Go for 2026. Magic in 2026. Magic through consistency. Let's all shoot hearts up. And then you know how to react. Hey, love it. Love you guys. Bye.